Abhishek Sharma here today. I'm Kanan, one of the core members of the TIIVRA team. So Abhishek is one of our TIIVRA100 members, and I'm going to ask him a few questions today about his riding journey and what got him interested in TIIVRA to begin with. Right? So Abhishek, I think just to start off, tell me a little bit about your riding journey. What got you interested in bikes? What got you interested in riding beyond a commute kind of thing?
So I think it's a very cliched story, but I started riding in the year 2011. I got myself a CBR 250. My dad actually got it for me.
Oh, nice.
For my daily house to commute rides. And I very soon I realized that motorcycle riding gave me a kind of fun, a kind of adrenaline rush that nothing else was giving to me. And I started getting into those groups. There's this group in Jaipur. We started forming groups, started coming together, and started bashing dunes around in and around Jaipur.
Understood.
And that's what got me into it. And since then, I've just been touring and dune
Got it.
bashing.
And have you experimented with different types of riding? You live in Bangalore now, right?
Yeah.
What kind of rides do you enjoy doing there? Short rides, off-roading, a bunch of different things?
So over the years, I have gotten into long touring rides where I just go to a city, spend a lot of time together, and just rip the kilometers out on my motorcycle. So that's what I love doing.
And are those solo or group or a mix of both?
Solo.
Okay.
I enjoy,
Nice.
I love doing solo, but then sometimes group as well. But I'm more of a solo rider sort of a guy.
Okay, understood. And with TIIVRA100, how did you find out about us? Why did you apply to us? I'm very curious about this. I don't know why half the people applied to us who are completely unknown brands.
So what happened with me was I found you guys on LinkedIn. I actually came across Alpana's LinkedIn post where she was talking about helmets and stuff, and I immediately got into it, started following her, and that's when she posted about TIIVRA100, and that's how I came into it. I was like, okay, this is something that I can align myself with, and helmets is something that I'm very passionate about.
And since when have you been passionate about riding gear and helmets in general? Like, have you always been interested in that from the beginning when you started riding, or is it something that you learned over time?
No, started riding, I didn't even wear a helmet for the first year also of my CBR 250 riding. In the second year, I had an accident and I fell down, and even though I had a helmet on, that came off of my face. And that was when I realized that I really need a D-ring class.
Was it a full face helmet?
It was a full face helmet and it came off.
No double D-rings?
No D-rings.
No clasp at all?
There was a clasp that was on and it came off.
Okay.
Before I even hit the ground. While I was sitting on a motorcycle riding, I had it on, and the moment I fell, between that moment of me being stable and then falling on the ground and hitting my head on the surface, it came off. And I still have this one. This is This is that. These are those stitches. There were 4 or 5 stitches. Still have it. And that's when I got into it and got obsessed with it. That how do I save myself?
And did you research about different materials, or was it specific brands that kind of attracted you?
I researched about everything.
Okay.
I researched about the certifications, researched about the brands, the composite materials, the kinds of materials available, the kind of clasps available, and how it helps you and whatnot. And I made a YouTube video also about that. And I think that's how Arjun found.
Yeah,
when
absolutely. I think we had a pretty extensive search and interview process for all the TIIVRA100. But of course, great to have you on board. And of course, we're looking forward to now having you ride at the event, and then hopefully more riding events with you in the future as well.
I'm so excited. This is probably the best part of my life in the last 20 years or so. Or something like that. This moment right here.
No, that's wonderful to hear. I think that we are extremely excited to have the TIIVRA100 here. We're excited to have you try out new different riding experiences as well. We're going to tell you a little bit about that shortly. But just to briefly get into it, one of the things that we realized is for a lot of riders, the journey isn't linear. So you don't start off doing just one type of riding and then getting better and better at it.
Yes.
Generally, people will try different things, experiment, or they'll at least want to experiment with different types of riding. So one of the things that we're trying to to actually build with TIIVRA, along with, of course, our helmets, is this idea of the multi-skill, multi-terrain rider. Where we're trying to create activities for riders where you're getting experience on tarmac, on dirt, in the wet, you're doing donut squares, and all of that is essentially to build your skill set. So you don't have to be you don't have to go far or go fast in order to be a good rider.
Yeah, widen our horizons basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
And do more things with the motorcycle.
And of course, making it more accessible to all the riders. Because I think one of the common things we found is going to the track is very expensive. Sometimes you don't have, bigger spaces for riding, depending on where people are located. So we're trying to create a format where you can do things indoors. It doesn't have to be that much space, and we can actually go around different parts of the country with it as well.
Yeah, so I mean, what you just said hits home, because my daily riding from Electronic City to Bellandur of 40 minutes is probably the best part of my day. So I'm that kind of a rider also who enjoys city commutes right now. So
I think just one last thing I wanted to ask you is, what has your interaction with TIIVRA100 been like so far? Have you gotten to meet any of them? Have you done any activities with them yet? And what are your first impressions of the TIIVRA100?
So the first impression of the TIIVRA100 thing was that what are these guys gonna do? Because Arjun was not even into riding. Alpna was not from a riding background, right? And they started talking about that, and then Arjun got into riding actually to do these kind of things and understand where we come from. I think that was something that I was completely on board with, that okay, these guys are actually serious about the kind of things that they're trying to do, right? And over the last 1 year that I've been associated with you guys, I've actually formed a lot of respect for every single member of the team about the way things have been, because I belong to a startup background in the corporate world, and I understand what kind of a dumpster fire it can be a lot of times.
Absolutely.
And the way things have been managed here with Arjun, with you being there, with Alpna being there, and the group being bombarded with a lot of info and stuff, it's been fabulous. The only thing that I would say is that Bangalore, a lot of activities we are gonna plan now. We met, all of us have met now, Naveen, Binil, we are gonna go out and start doing rides and stuff.
So it's interesting that you're bringing up that point, because we do now, this is just the start. For us, this is just the launch, and we'll be getting to many more activities around the country. Bangalore is of course one of the locations we're looking at. So hopefully you'll see something really soon from us, and we'll be coming to your hometown.
That's what Jagpreet said, no? That tomorrow is the first day. Today is the first day.
Today is the first.
Today is the first day. Yeah, so this has been incredible talking to you, Karan, and thank you so much for having me here on this podcast.
Thanks so much, Abhishek. It's great catching up and finally getting to meet you in person.